Right, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's been a while on this Mk3 Focus RS anyway. If you haven't already, then check out some of the content that we've done on the Fiesta ST180, although I do keep calling it a Focus and everyone keeps telling me so. And if I call it a 170 at any point, I'm just confused, to be quite frank. This ST, do you know what? It's not even an ST, I've already done it. This Mk3 RS is now complete and we've done a little bit of testing. We have come up against a couple of little issues that we've had to resolve along the way, mainly minor leaks. This vehicle hasn't got an under tray fitted, so we're gonna have to tell the customer. Obviously it's been elsewhere previous or prior to us receiving it. He thought it was inside the car, it's not, so we're gonna have to get that sorted. But what we thought we'd do is just go through some of the costs associated with this because we've got so many questions. Now, to start off with, forged engine, there's lots of different options. You can do just forged internals, or you can do the 2-litre block modification. Now, if you're doing just forged internals, budget around about £3,000. Now, that would be based upon this being done in the vehicle or an in-situ job. We don't really like doing that. We prefer to take the block out, measure it, check it, hone it, and oversize if necessary. However, that option is available from not just us, but many other tuners across the land. The 2-litre strengthened block option is another option that you could go with, which is what's in this vehicle. Now, you might have heard me mention in the previous videos that we checked this engine over. It was a used one, and we checked to make sure that the condition was as good as we could do by removing the sump. We also found that there were ARP mains bolts fitted. So that would be an addition on top of what I'm about to discuss. But roughly, the range of prices for a 2-litre block version of the 2.3 cylinder engine that goes in this, so i.e. the original sump, a 2-litre block, the original crank, upgraded forged internals, and the original cylinder head, you're looking at most places charging circa £5,000 to £6,000. Now, add to that the requirement of mains bolts and maybe even possibly ARP upgraded head bolts, and you probably add roughly another £700 or £800. At the same time, we'd also encourage you to look at upgrading camshafts and other bits, depending on what your ultimate end plan is. And what I mean by that is what you hope to achieve from this, because nobody in their right mind, unless they've suffered a failure, would do this and then not upgrade power-wise at some point. Now, in this case, the customer didn't have any choice whatsoever but to complete this work. As you know, they had no donor bits because they were all destroyed. If you haven't already, then check out the previous videos, including the Sending It Hard video that's been so successful for us. Now, moving sort of swiftly on this particular project from that, if you're going to look at upgrading power-wise, obviously you need to look at upgrading the intercooler. So, in this particular project, we went with an Airtec intercooler. And I'm going to check the price on here because I'm not completely au fait with these bits and bobs. But you're looking around about £550 for an upgraded Airtec front mount intercooler. Again, this vehicle needed the downpipe and the rest of the modifications to complete a stage 2 Revo upgrade. Now, he already sourced an Airtec Group A and crossover kit, I believe. You might have seen that in some of the other videos. So we put that on for him alongside the catback. So we just sourced him a second-hand downpipe with sports cat so that he remains legal. So that's now fitted to the car. In terms of prices, as I said, you're looking at about £550 for the front mount intercooler. For an induction kit, you're probably looking circa £300 to £500, depending on what type you go for, whether that be an open cone or enclosed unit. There's so many different options. You've got Airtec, you've got Forge, you've got Ram Air, and you've got the sort of pinnacle stuff, which is Revo. Check them out. With the downpipe itself, the sports cat, we fitted a Mongoose. I think it was a Mongoose. No, actually it wasn't. It was a different brand of downpipe sports cat. So we fitted that to the vehicle. They're normally circa £600 to £700. We actually sold him a used one, so that was a good saving for him. Then obviously you're going to need a catback. You can get a plethora of options from Milltec, Mongoose, Cobra and all the others including Scorpion. So there's a wide varied or varieties of choice out there. Just make sure that you have a look on YouTube and appreciate the different sounds. I know it's difficult during this pandemic, but it's always good to hear the sound before you actually commit to buy. So with all that being said, we've brought it together with the Revo software. Alongside that, obviously, we upgraded the clutch. Now, this vehicle had done 60,000 miles, so it was definitely time to upgrade the clutch. So we went with an RTS unit, which is a twin friction material clutch system, which goes with the original dual mass flywheel. Obviously, having done 60,000 miles, we actually replaced that unit. Now, I can tell you that the flywheel itself was about £550, flywheel bolts about £20, and then the clutch from RTS was about £550 as well. We bought a genuine concentric slave cylinder as well, which was about £120. So I'm sure at some point on this screen somewhere Lee will have put a total. So the only thing left to discuss really is the Revo software. You're looking at about £650 for the stage 2. I'm sure Lee will correct me somewhere above, and it won't really be £650 or it'll be more. That gives you a little bit of an insight into what costs are involved in terms of replacing an engine, upgrading an engine, or what happens if your engine fails, as in this instance. In terms of labour wise, you're looking at between £1,200 and £1,500 to do the work to the vehicle. Obviously you'll need to consider wheel alignment, which is what this vehicle will be receiving very shortly. We'll probably take it over to Dim Tweaks. We may even follow that up with a camera there, although they're not that keen on us filming with this big rig. And let's see what's happened. We'll try and get a first drive video either with the customer or we'll do it separately on our own. Obviously it's a continued pandemic and we're still in lockdown, so this could be quite tough for us. We're trying to stay within the constraints and rules of the system. Now I noticed that in one of the other videos that someone pointed out again that we weren't wearing masks in each other's company. Inside the building we're in 12,000 odd square foot. It's very well ventilated. There's a tongue twister for you. So we don't need to wear masks in each other's company unless we're around customers. When we're in the reception, if there is a customer in there, we do put our masks on. So if you haven't already and you're new to the channel, then please consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below if you've really enjoyed this series. And just remember, this isn't the end of this series, so keep your post notifications on and make sure you like this video to make sure that it does well again. This series has been absolutely phenomenal for us. If you haven't, check out that Fiesta ST180 track build that we're doing, where we've recently installed some BC Racing coilovers. That video will be going live very soon. We've done lots of other interesting bits. We've also done, if you check out, link in the description or up above or somewhere anyway, a 425 package build from start to finish. So if you're interested in Mark II content, and then head over and check that out. But we'll come back to you shortly, hopefully with either a drive out in this or visiting Dim Tweaks, or we'll just end it there. No idea. Thanks for watching.